And this week on Kitchen Ambush, we are in downtown Norfolk on Granby Street at Luce. And we're here with chef owner Tony, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about why local is important to him, his restaurant, and what he's doing here. And of course, we're going to touch on that Kitchen Ambush feature with one local product, one local chef to make one great local dish. So, I want to welcome in Chef Tony. How you doing?
Hello. Well, how are you?
Good, good.
Welcome.
So, tell me a little bit about why downtown Norfolk. What made you open the restaurant, and how much you've had it, how long you've had it here?
Well, I've had it going on 4 years, and what made me open it was just the option to have it. I had a partner at the time who this place became available. That was the first thing. So anywhere in Hampton Roads would have done the trick, but this is what came available, and it was actually perfectly set for what we wanted. So that's how it came about at the time. So was it handpicked to be down here in downtown Norfolk? Not as much as the opportunity of the place coming available. That's when it became. That's when it came into motion.
That makes sense. And this spot here was such a major piece of downtown Norfolk. This corner location here for years and years and years.
Yeah, I got drunk here on occasion.
I think a lot of people could say that they have.
Yes.
But so to have that kind of location that had that kind of built-in notoriety, and then you bring in your style of food. Tell me a little bit about what your style of food is.
It's pretty interesting. I do a lot of studying. I'm an Italian chef. I do Italian work, but I also put my own infusion on it with my own modern twist and my own style. So I do all the stuff with the traditions of Italy and the way they're cooking from the regions, but I also do a lot of multi-regional infusion from the traditions that are being done. So it's more important for me to learn the traditions of what's being used by going there myself and doing it. Then I can put my own twist on it. If I infuse it and make it mine, as long as I'm using the traditions, that's the way I want to keep it. I never repeat any recipes. I don't utilize anyone's recipes. And if I do, I put my own twist on them, so if I could turn a tradition into something my own. So it's my own take on a tradition. So that way I'm not taking something that's already been out there regurgitated over and over again.
And that's what I think a lot of people, when they're looking for good food, are looking for. If they want a particular dish or have a hankering for a particular dish they've seen, they're wanting to see what somebody here locally is doing with it and to make it new and make it creative. And I think that's exactly what you're doing.
New and exciting with the same comfortability that you're getting what you're paying for is the biggest thing. So if people want to go and eat comfort food, they want to get hungry, you only have a certain amount of times in a day you can spend your money. So I want them to spend it with the same comfortable feeling as if they know where they're going, but I want them to have something new and exciting while they're doing it. That's my whole point here. I'm trying to bring them back with the comfort food type of mindset, but I want them to also know they're going to try something new and experiment something and still be comfortable doing it.
That's a great way to do it, a perfect way to say it. So, and other people like to know, we cook all day, so everybody expects us to cook. That's what everybody has done for a living when you're in the restaurant industry. And so the funniest question people want to know is, what do you make when it's just you?
Simple, as easy as possible. I hit the grill a lot. I make pasta all the time. I eat pasta all the time. So the simple things are better. I go out to eat a lot. I go out and grab food, but a lot of the times it's basically pasta and simple dishes. You lose the drive to go home and cook because you have to clean and you have to make a mess and you have to do all that stuff. So sometimes the company's good, but most of the time, my kids, my family, everybody, we eat pasta, so that's the way it is.
Perfect. So now, you talked about some of the things that you do here are dinners, like special dinners, and you'll do something, whether it's a particular style or a particular source product or wine dinner and things like that?
On occasion, yes. More so, yes. On occasion, we do, absolutely.
Very cool. So when it comes to wines, and I see you have beautiful displays of wines all over the wall. Are you a red or are you a white guy?
I'm a red guy, but I'm leaning. I do whites as well, but I'm much more of a red guy.
It's funny. Now, I heard a lot of people talk about with their red wines. You're seeing people that didn't particularly grow up as a fan of red wine start to chill their red wine to kind of relax those tannins a little bit, make it more palatable. What's your take on that?
I think it's not a bad thing. If you're not into wines, a dry red wine at a room temperature can be very potent. It does smooth it down a little bit. Mm-hmm. My take on it, it's fine. My family is from Italy. My uncle chills his wine after he makes it and drinks it. So it depends on how cold you want to go with it. My take on it is drink the friggin' wine how you want to drink it. That's the end of the story. If you want to mix your white and your red like you're making Easter eggs, I don't care. It doesn't matter. You bought it, you drink it, you enjoy it. The rules can stay outside. Just come here and do what you want to do and enjoy doing it.
Enjoy the food, right?
Exactly.
Now, here at the restaurant, what are some of in the past few weeks, your most popular dishes that people have really come in?
We have a lot of them. I have a lot of specials that go on that are always popular. I have the lamb chops. I have veal chops. The wild boar ragu, the guanciale, which is the jowl of the pork. We have the wild boar ragu, which is wild boar sauce made with a pulled boar on top with a tagliatelle pasta. That's very popular. I have a scallops dish, which is done with this risotto done with sambuca. fresh fennel. That's very popular. All the dishes are pretty consistently popular. If it's not, we change them and rotate them and keep the menu fresh. So the menu is always moving through the tickets. You can see that everything has a good level of popularity.
And that's nice too, that when people want to come back, we've talked before about how people have a limited amount of money and funds right now to go out and enjoy good food. So to be able to go someplace where they're comfortable, know that they're going to get a dish that has some familiarity, but get a really good creative spin on it, you can't really ask for much more.
Sure, that's my whole thing. If you have a few minutes to go out and eat, and you only can do it one time a month, and you come here to do it, I expect that everything for you is the best thing it could be. I want you to be entertained while you're here. And the only way to be entertained is to have something new and exciting and something different. So that's my whole.
And really have everything. The way your restaurant's set up is that people can really see and interact. It's not a kitchen that's completely closed off somewhere in a back room somewhere, and you're making long walks with the
Sure.
food. They can really kind of see what's happening here, and that again kind of brings that continuity back to the public that's coming in.
I have met some very good people, and I have some very good friends standing here, right here, with my guys who cook with me here. We've met some very good people. There's some people that come in right over that bar, and we can talk to them as they walk through the door. I yell over everybody and say hello to them, say goodbye to them. If there's an issue, I try and fix it. I'm humble as all hell, and I don't have any problem with talking to people. I love it. Being in this kitchen is almost like cooking in someone's living room. It's really, really nice. People get to see it. Like I said, I just met the best people here. I've met the best people Norfolk has to offer, I believe.
And I think that's amazing because you're getting, you're right here in the downtown, the basically heart of the city of Norfolk, but you've got a real family feel when you come in here.
Yeah.
Just in your approach and the way you just talked about describing how your kitchen lays out. So that's one reason that I think, if you haven't come here, that you need to come here so you can feel that family atmosphere all the way through.
Sure. It's family on the adult level. I don't want to be mistaken. We're not really a kid-friendly. We are a
Sure.
wine bar that happened to have a menu that took off and people love the cooking. So I don't want the misconception of it being a family dining room. It's not actually. It's more of an adult bar with a great menu.
It's like
it's
that great family dinner party.
Sure.
That,
As far as the adults have,
that works out good.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, one of the biggest components of the show is the ambush. And essentially, what I do is I bring you a locally made product, and you get roughly around 15 minutes or so to pull a dish together. And you don't really never know what that product's going to be until I get here and show it to you. So, are you ready to be?
Right?
No quail eggs. No quail eggs. So, you ready to be ambushed?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Well, what I'm going to tell you is a local product today is a local peanut butter called D's Nuts, and it is a bourbon vanilla peanut butter.
Got him.
I know you're wildly excited to figure out what you're going to do with peanut butter today.
Peanut butter. You bring me peanut butter.
I bring you peanut. Hey, you said no quail eggs.
You could have brought me quail eggs.
We have to do, I want to make it different, make it fresh, and give you a real challenge involved.
Peanut butter.
Yep. A little bourbon, a little vanilla in there.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
I can see the excitement just exuding from you right now.
Fired right up.
One of the things we really like on the show, and we really like to do, is show those, those people that are out there trying to do something that is not necessarily a historical piece in Hampton Roads, which is make these great local products. So each week we're bringing a new product into a new restaurant and just let you have whirl at it. Kind of put your flair for cooking and your style.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
And that was the other good point you brought up when we were first talking, is that you're not somebody who has walk-ins and freezers everywhere because you want things made to order, fresh to the dish.
And I don't have room. Period. If I had a walk-in, if I had accessibility to walk-in, I would actually be hanging out in it. I'd put my office in there. All right, what do we got here, boys and girls? Let's see. Bourbon, brown sugar, butter, vanilla extract, cinnamon, peanut oil. It's actually really good. Himalayan sea salt. Okay.
I had to bring you something nice and fun.
Okay. And this is made here, right?
This is made here.
It's actually nice.
Good consistency. I like the grainy color to it.
Okay. How much time I got?
You got about 15 minutes.
15 minutes, or else what? Like blow up or something?
Absolutely. The jar explodes. Peanut butter goes everywhere.
Brutal. Okay. I'm gonna grab a couple of ingredients.
Yeah, please do.
I'm gonna let my brain work and see what the hell happens here. My brain doesn't work usually. It's been a while. So.
Well, we gotta ration our brain capability out a little bit.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
You got it. All right, so I'm gonna go in here and show everybody at home. This is the local product. It's called D's Nuts Peanut Butter. She makes this in several different flavors. We decided to go ahead and have some fun and bring him bourbon vanilla rather than one of the other ones.
Excuse me, sir.
You got it. All right, so got any thoughts formulating so far?
Yes, but I can't say them yet.
No.
I gotta put them
Top
together.
secret
I gotta
stuff.
put them together in words. Let's see.
Yeah, it's fun. I used to live in downtown Norfolk, and walking these areas and this, seeing a lot of change take place between the restaurants and businesses there. So it's nice to see another really good, strong restaurant come downtown. You
All
got
right.
quite the smorgasbord of ingredients to work with too.
So we're not boring anyone. Let's get to work. Right?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna do something with some lamb chops,
Nice.
a little blue agave nectar, a little lime, some sea salt. And I'm gonna take that peanut butter and I'm gonna incorporate it with a mascarpone and peanut butter polenta, with the seared chops on top, and then I'm gonna use that lime agave, drizzle over the top with a couple pieces of roasted fennel to bring everything sweet and then salty, almost like a caramel and salt with the lamb.
Oh, that'd be nice with a lamb chop.
And if you don't like it, well, don't ambush my ass. What do you want to do?
You said the magic word. If you're gonna put polenta in a dish, I'm happy already.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Polenta's one of my favorite things to eat.
Let's see what happens here. No promises.
Yeah. Just good food. Yeah, it's got a good smell. So how many seats does the restaurant have?
We got 38 total. We got
38?
five. We got 5 tables, 1 2-top, 1 8-top, and then 3 4-tops. And then our bar stools are about 18, and then a window seat, and we have a 2-top chef table.
Nice.
So it all works out pretty nice together.
It really does. I've got a nice, good flow. All right, break it down your chops now.
I'll break these chops down.
Great color.
I'm going to, excuse me.
Yep.
I'm going to leave a little bit of that fat on there.
Right.
So as it melts, it sears into the pan. I'm going to marinate these and give them a little bit of a citrus to counteract with that sweetness that's going to come off the peanut butter and the honey.
Oh, absolutely.
At least that's my thought.
I think it's a good solid thought.
Let's see what
And
happens.
you can't go wrong with a little lime on just about anything,
No,
I think.
All right, let me sanitize after this meat.
So these chops are pretty good stapled with the menu and different
They are
dishes?
very good. Yeah, I have a couple of different versions of them. We do one particularly that sells very well. Our guy Joe on the grill really does a good job putting them together. I got all my cooks do really good work at keeping it right,
Nice.
which is a good thing. So I'm going to go a little bit of salt here. This is a temporary marinade. I'm going to take it off as soon as I'm ready to sear these. This is actually going to be a fairly quick dish because anything good with lamb shouldn't take too long unless you're going to braise it
Right.
or pull it apart. But a chop should be served at about medium rare to medium, depending on your flavor.
Yeah, that's one thing you don't want to overcook.
What's up, Mr. Angel?
So, you guys in between right now?
No, we're live right now. You're on the show.
How you doing?
You're on the show, boss man. All right, so these are going to marinate here real quick. Put a little more crushed red on it, give it a little bit of spice. And then
Nice
we'll
touch to add some heat.
Yeah, a little bit of heat, and then I'm actually at the end I'm going to put a little bit of a chili oil over that toe. Now, while that's working its work, I'll get rid of this. Come over here and take some fennel. Something about fennel, you can do a lot of things with it. A lot of people don't realize it.
No, they really don't. You don't see it on a lot of menus now.
So what I'm going to do simply is I'm going to roast it off real quick while we're doing everything else. And how I'm going to do this is just salt for now.
Just let it be its own thing.
I have a basil infused olive oil that we make here. I'm going to put that on there so it takes on some of that flavor.
Do you do a lot of infusions yourself?
Yes,
here?
all
Nice.
of them. Yep. Rosemary, basil. We do depending on we have citrus. Depending on what we're doing, sometimes I'll make a different one of parsley oil, or it depends on what's going on.
Very cool.
And then on top of this, just to give it a little texture, I'm going to put a little bit of pecorino romano cheese.
That's
Keep the
good stuff.
Italian flair going. since you want to get all Asian on me with this peanut butter.
That's
You know
what I thought would be a lot of fun.
My stove don't want to work as usual, so let's go here. Go in this oven. I think I turned it on. All right. Now, what am I doing? What am I doing now?
You got your polenta you're going to work on?
Yeah, sure.
That'll work.
That's fine. Let's do it. I'm going a smaller pan to keep it tight so it doesn't burn on the sides. Go too wide with it, it's going to burn on the sides before your centers and your thick parts are done. You don't want that to happen.
No.
That's no good. Now I'm going to start this off differently. I have it in my head that this is going to go differently. Usually you'd start a polenta, you'd put in your oils, your seasoning, you put in your garlic, then you bring your polenta up, then you'd add your stock or your water and you make it water, and then that's how you typically make a polenta. I think I'm going to try and utilize this on live here. I'm going to try and utilize the cream from the mascarpone and from the peanut butter to absorb the polenta. That way there's no outside focus other than the peanut butter and the mascarpone cheese. Let's see what the hell happens. I don't know.
It's always the best to try something live.
I'll tell you what I can't do.
What can't you do?
I can't call it. Don't go too hot here. Stepping off again. Let me get my whip.
You got it?
Whip. Whip.
So now in the pan he's going to start working on that, the base for the polenta. So he's going to have the mascarpone and the peanut butter be that cream center for the base.
Aha. All right, so see the cream of that? That's going to the cream of that's going to make a nice liquid.
Oh, absolutely.
That I believe I can bring back to life with that polenta. This is pure test kitchen right now.
Test kitchen's the best way to go.
It's breaking down so there's good oils in there.
Right.
I'm actually going to add the peanut butter after. And that mascarpone's doing exactly what I want it to do. Cream it up perfectly. I'm going to add just a little bit more to make sure we have enough. I can always add more polenta.
That's working out just the plan. Getting that polenta, the mascarpone, just to break down to a beautiful cream.
Yep. And now what I'm going to do with this, though, to give a little bit I'm going to neutralize the sweetness, because the mascarpone is very bland by itself. It's got a sweet little texture to it, but it doesn't really have much of a flavor. If I put peanut butter in there, we're going to have a creamy peanut butter. So I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to put a little bit of saffron so I can make the salt and the sweetness of the saffron is going to be a perfect, it's going to be a perfect introduction to both. It's going to bring them together perfectly.
Yeah, give you that fantastic balance. And you're adding that off the heat.
Off the heat now, then I'm going to put it back on the heat, because that polenta, the mascarpone to the heat right now is ready to break down, so I don't want to give it too much heat too long.
Right.
Want that nice color?
Now you're getting that beautiful color.
And there's going to be enough liquid in here to accomplish what I want, I believe. If not, I can add a little bit of stock.
Right.
But I think this is where I want to be with that. And add a little bit of sea salt to it to keep it the sweet and salt combination that's going to run through the whole dish.
Yeah, that looks fantastic with that saffron in there.
Yep, I like that. My polenta. I'm going to add this here. Little polenta goes a long way, so I'm going to go light with it now. I'm going to go with a fork. I'm going to stir this up. Looks mushy now. Looks like mustard. It's going to take on that consistency. I'm going to do this now, then I'm going to add the peanut butter after so we don't have a total breakdown here.
Perfect. Get a nice touch. That's kind of looking at that wet sand.
That's what I want for now. And then I'm obviously going to have to add the stock just to give it its creamy texture it needs. So now a little base to it. Come over here to the whip.
Yeah, that's another thing. We talked about the fennel, but polenta is not one of those things you see used often, but it's such a fantastic addition to many plates.
Sure. I'm going to get that cream, then I'm going to reconstitute it with the mascarpone. Just like that. I'm gonna leave it just like this. See how that creamy texture is forming?
Absolutely.
Make sure it stays together.
And that little bit does go a long way.
Yes, it does. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's where I want it, right there. And just for a touch, I'm gonna add a little bit more of this to keep it bound.
And you said the chops themselves, after that quick marinade, really won't take too long.
Not at all. I'm
Because
going to sear them. Yep, I'm going to sear them. I'm going to put a little flour on them to give them a nice little crust. That way the agave oil over the top with the lime has something to stick to. Now, like I said, I'm going to hold off on that peanut butter because that peanut butter is going to have a lot of oil in it. If I leave it in the heat too long, it's going to break down and we're going to have an oily mess. So that's going to be a last minute thing right before it goes on the plate. That's my thoughts anyway.
It's good
because it is rather soft. If you can see, it's soft and it's already at a good consistency. I'll actually eat that with a spoon. I don't need to do anything else. I don't know why we just didn't sit here and eat it with a spoon.
I mean, the thought
pour it
process
all over
was
ourselves
there.
and just dump it on ourselves and say, I ambushed you.
Yeah,
how do you like that?
We're just going to go ahead and sit down on the floor, talk food, and
now you
eat
got
some peanut
ambushed.
butter.
Right. Lay on the floor and just get ambushed. Who can ambush me?
Yeah, she told me about a flavored stuff coming out in the fall that I'm particularly waiting on. Salted caramel pecan, I believe it was.
Nice.
That'll definitely be a sit on the floor kind of day.
So does she make this at home? What does she do with this?
She makes this at her plant and really trying to put that local connection to it. Has a family here. Is doing really good things to just build that, again, try to build that connection here of the businesses, the restaurants, the industries working together to really have a local opportunity for product. Because that's something we are lacking in some degree, and we're seeing people like her and others try to fill that gap. So I'm pretty excited about it. And anytime I can get a new peanut butter, I'm a happy guy.
Yeah, man, stuff's good. I'm actually keeping that jar. Is that right or no?
That's some good stuff there. That's some valuable stuff.
Now I'm going to take all this stuff off of here. The marinade worked. You can see it's whitening up the meat. That's the acidic acid working on the lactic acid from the meat. That's the color you get out of that results. So I'm going to make sure all the garlic's off so it doesn't burn off in the sear.
Right.
The flavor did its work. Like I said, see all that white? That's beautiful. That means there's just enough acid doing the work. I want a surface marinade. I don't want a central marinade.
Right.
So the less is better. Flour. I'm going to lightly dust these in flour just to keep that sear going once I hit it in there.
Yeah, very light dusting. Gives it
You
some
don't want a lot
color,
of-
helps everything stick.
You don't want a lot of flour on your pan because that's going to burn in your oil and it's going to get bitter on you. You want to get as much flour off there as you can.
Right.
I like to tap them together so they're patted. Nothing's loose. How are we looking on time? We good?
We're doing great.
All right.
Especially with the quick fire you'll do on these.
Yeah, this is going to go very quick. How's my polenta holding up nice?
Yep. There you go. Got that oil nice and hot. Drop those down.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple garlic cloves. I'm going to crush these. And when that gets closer, I'm not going to put them in now because they won't hold up. The sugars and the garlic will burn before that stuff's ready. Excuse me one moment.
You got it. And great, like I said earlier, the great thing is that when people come here, they can literally get a dish that was made specifically for them upon ordering it. Not one that's been sitting out or put in the refrigerator. They're just kind of spooning that hot oil onto the top.
I want to get towards the bone. That bone will never hit the oil deep. The pan's not deep enough.
Right.
So I'm just going to give it the sear it needs and the coloration it needs off the oil here. Using the same oil twice. Be careful doing this. Sometimes you splatter, you burn yourself. It's a mess. It's a nightmare. Everyone's screaming.
Yeah, it's never good when anybody starts screaming over a burn.
No. That nice brown crust is what I'm looking for. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom side and bring that heat through the bottom of the lamb.
Oh, it's
Just like
got
this.
beautiful color already. Yeah, those are going to be great chops.
Just like that. Now I'm going to let them sit for a minute. Put a little garlic in the pan to get that oil in there and give it a little bit of flavor. I don't want to salt and pepper it yet because we're going to use an agave over the top, and we want to make sure that's sweetened and salted properly without overdoing it.
And just putting that crushed garlic in just enough to give it into that flavor without, like you said, burning the garlic.
Right, and that's why I like the flour on there, because that's what's going to absorb, and that's going to absorb that garlic more than anything. Is that little flour. Gluten-free people just do it with no flour. It's very simple. Excuse me. Check that fennel. Fennel's doing good. See how that's coming? Nice and nice. I like the lemon ice.
Beautiful.
All right, I like these where they're at right now. I don't want to go any further with them. So I'm going to take them off the heat. But I'm going to leave my heat going. I'm going to leave my oil in the pan just to make sure we don't need it again. All right.
All right, so the chops have come off the heat.
Chops have come off the heat.
And now back to the polenta.
Well, one more thing first. I'm going to take this agave here. I'm going to take a fork. I'm going to try and whip this without a breakdown. The citrus and the oil sometimes break down if I don't do it slow and emulsify it properly. But I don't have that luxury right now, so we're going to do the best we can here.
And this is the agave with a little bit of the acid from the lime?
Yes. It's accepting it perfectly. It's nice.
Yeah, with a nice slow drip in there.
So it's basically a lime-infused blue agave nectar. It's going to be delicious. Oh yeah, exactly what I want. Let's see. Oh yeah. Holy shit. I think I just invented something.
Nice. Who knew you'd be cooking with peanut butter today?
Taste this.
Gotcha.
Tastes like key lime pie. Just saying.
It really does. It took that lime beautifully in there.
Take the lime.
It's almost like
just take the lime.
Just took it.
We'll bring this back. Bring this back to heat. Now we're going to introduce the peanut butter, and we're going to go to work.
Polenta infused with peanut butter.
We'll go slow with it, because I don't want to overpower the polenta either.
Right.
It's actually, this peanut butter is potent. It's very nice. It's got a great flavor. You can taste you can taste everything that says on the label.
And you can read everything that's on the label. You don't need any kind of $50 words to figure out what's in this peanut butter.
Oh my God, that's good. We're on something.
It is definitely the first time I've seen peanut butter and polenta. This is fantastic.
Can't make this shit up.
Oh. You know, unless you're being ambushed. Yeah, that's the nice part of doing this is being able to eat all of this.
The one thing I'm going to add to this is a little bit of lime, because I want that to work and come together. I want the top to taste totally different than the bottom. We got to have a little bit of a mesh. Nice. And then for color, a little bit of fresh Italian flat parsley. I would actually infuse cilantro here, but I don't have cilantro because I'm not a Mexican restaurant or Spanish or whatever. But I do use it I do use it in the summertime on fishes and things of that nature.
I like it.
All right. Now, we have things happening here.
You got the
You can hear this is crackling great. Perfect.
Oh, check that out.
All right. So, ready to plate this thing or what?
Let's do it.
That is a perfectly creamed polenta. It's actually beautiful. Holds up nice and consistent.
Yeah, kept together, bound great. Really absorbed all of those different flavors you've got in there.
We'll go with this lamb. Then we're going to go here with this fennel to give it a little twist. And I'm going to snip these off, get these out of here.
Now that's an ambush dish. And then you've got your agave that's going to go across the top.
Correct. Now that agave is going to go right over the top, but I'm going to spoon it off real light so we don't overdo it. Just over the lamb. Let the polenta rest without the agave. I do believe that's going to be delicious. And I'll garnish.
Nice finishing touch. Good blast of green color.
Nice green. There we go. And a little rosemary infused olive oil over everything just to bring it all together. It's going to be good. There it is, my friend. Ambushed.
Ambushed.
Sabotaged.
Peanut butter polenta.
Peanut butter and mascarpone polenta with agave, lime, dressed, seared lamb chops, and roasted fennel with pecorino romano.
Quick marinade on the lamb chops.
Quick marinade.
A little bit of flour.
Right. It's
give
an
it the
outer
great color.
An outer layer marinade. You just want the outside of it to take the flavor, so you're still getting all the flavor of that short piece of meat. It's a real small medallion, so you want to make sure you still get that lamb flavor while you can get all them flavors in one bite. So it's beautiful.
Nice. Ready to dig in?
If you are, I am.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let me get you some forks. Hold on.
That is a pretty dish.
You better say you like it.
Well, we are live, so.
Yeah, go ahead. Throw up.
All
you
right,
go
here we
first.
go. Oh, that is so tender. Beautifully cooked. I'm so excited over this peanut butter polenta.
That is the focus of it.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Oh my God. That's good, actually. Yeah.
That is a
That's
banging
good.
dish. What I really love about it,
I'm actually can't even joke right now. That's freaking banging.
that is an outstanding. What it was we're worried about when you get that bourbon vanilla peanut butter, that it was going to be too sweet, and it was going to overpower. But
Wow.
it literally just toned it down enough, but you still get that really rich the peanut butter flavor in there.
Eat
with
more, please. Eat this.
Perfectly cooked chop. I can't be happier. And then me being the polenta nut that I am, this is fantastic. And to think that it started with mascarpone and finished with peanut butter, you would have never guessed that.
Wow, that is really nice. I'm actually impressed with this. Let's try this.
I am definitely happy to say that it is a wildly successful ambush. And literally, I couldn't be happier with how that came out.
That is very good.
So it's fun. So what do you think? What do you think of being ambushed?
I love it. Man.
With a peanut butter.
Yeah, bring it more.
You
Peanut
said
butter
no
was
quail
cool.
egg.
Yeah, well, that's good. But no, peanut butter was good. I was a little skeptical when you first pulled it out, but I guess it came together good. And good thing my brain works faster than I do.
Especially early in the morning.
Yeah, right.
You know, before you've really been firing everything up.
That's
Well, I
right,
got to say,
yeah.
great dish. It's been a great time here at Luce. If you have not been to Luce on Granby Street in downtown Norfolk, this is all the motivation you need to get here. He can make amazing food with peanut butter
While you watch.
and never have any idea that he was going to get that as a dish. Remember, Kitchen Ambush is one local product, one local chef, one great local dish. We've had such a blast here today. We're really glad you were watching. He's going to keep eating. We're going to keep eating. Check us out next week for another episode. We'll be at another restaurant with another fun dish. But more importantly, get out to these restaurants, try local, buy local. We're showing you where, we're showing you how. We're powered by ViewItDoIt, and we'll see you next time.
Local, go local, stop going franchise.
That's a good dish, man.
That's really good, huh?
That is
Came out
banging.
good. Yeah. I'm happy with it. You guys want to try it?
Yeah, you guys are going to want to try this. This is really good.